Good morning. Auction day here. I'm a little bit early. We're kind of checking out, previewing this stuff to give you a little bit of a chance to see what's going through the auction. You can see that they're all lined up there behind me in the fenced off area. So they'll be looking at those and we'll be able to kind of take a look and see what's going on with some of these vehicles before we buy them. And if I find anything interesting, we'll check those out and kind of share those with you, let you know what we see. Here's an Acura I was looking at getting. Seemed to be in pretty good condition. It's got the mirror falling apart. Not a big deal. I can order a mirror. It's got some scrapes. Little ding right here. The grill's peeling. But overall, in pretty good condition. It's like some aftermarket tint bubbling up there. Inside actually has no odor. Smells clean. But looking at it in person now, you can see that glove compartment's all messed up. Let's pull around to this other side and show you what I noticed that's going to probably make me not want to buy it. Rust. So we've got rust coming through. If we see it in one spot, it's usually going to be in a few others. Got the oxidation on the roof. A lot of that they don't show us in the condition reports. So you really got to be cautious on some of these. Yeah, it's going to be quite a bit of repair to get this one back up to where it should be. And the tint needs to come off on every window. I don't know if you guys have ever done that before, but man, that is a tedious task. Looks like we got bubbling on the back as well. So somebody did a poor tint job on it. It's just a lot of man hours, a lot of work taking that off and then paying to have it redone. I'm not sure what we have going on right here, but this is definitely some of that repo magic. That bad tail lamp, they had that nice tape over it though, so that was a quality fix. We've hit something down low. God, I think this thing's hit everything but the lottery from the looks of it. Don't know why that's hanging out of the gas tank. Maybe that's just plugging the hole, keep that gasoline in there over bumps. Boy, it's rough. We even got a bad windshield, the interior. You can see how ripped up that is. Check that out. This one smells almost as bad as some of those repo trailers. I have to stand back here. I'm just going to zoom in and show you guys a little bit. I mean, just the interior's tore up all over. And it's just got weird, gross stuff all over it. The doors are clicking when I open it. It's definitely been severely damaged in some sort of a fender bender, but it just really reeks. I'm not touching the inside of this one. Love the Camrys, but some of them have been drove hard and put away wet. This looks like one of them. Not just the peeling. I mean, we've been hitting stuff with it. Interior's a little soiled. Speaking of driven hard and put away wet, check out this Z28. There's that wonderful tint we love. This thing is rough. Assuming that was duct tape residue, trying to keep everything in balance on there. Keep that mirror on, making it look good for the auction. And it looks like this one's from a remarketer. These wanted to be a sports car, wanted to be fast, but they sure didn't ever seem to end up that way. The future of the auction, the Wagoneer. Seeing a lot more of these pull into the auctions now. It's not something that is as fancy or sought after. So these ended up being really expensive and a lot of people are trying to get out of them. One thing that surprised me when we first started selling vehicles was how hard it is to get rid of a flatbed. I will see those come into the auction and they just go week after week after week just because it's got a flatbed on it. People don't want to put these in their traditional lot, I guess, at a car dealership. I've got no problem with them. It seems like it's a lot more useful vehicle to worry about messing up that bed on there, or the tailgate. But those just run through week after week. Seems like they can't get rid of them. Check out the custom paint job on this one. Just made to blend in with the ducks. Beautiful. Here's some more typical repo. Way more money to fix it than it's worth. Got door handles hanging off. Lights taped up, dents. Looks like they've done a homemade bumper. Yeah. How about that? Boy, that one's unique. Surprisingly, driver's side's in a lot better shape. Looks like the front bumper's about to fall off too. Peeling all over it. Here's something I came to look at the auction. We've got a really nice Suburban here. It's a little rough. It's got some condition issues. Inside smells a little perfumey, but not too bad. It's got low miles on it, but it looks like it's already missed the auction one time. A lot of these have had transmission issues. I don't know if you guys can see the difference in the paint here. So we've got definitely been rear-ended or something. That bumper's been changed out. They did not blend that very well at all. So that's actually something I'm not interested in anymore after looking at that. That's why you got to come see them in person, because you just don't see this stuff online when they're showing it. It's one of the fun things you see at the auction. People just zooming around, testing out cars. Got to watch where you're walking. So go through and see if we can find some more of these unique vehicles here. Another little beauty here. Someone's done some wonderful custom work, just adding tremendous amounts of value to this. Even come around here, we've got some pinstriping or some mounted lights, some rubber. Just really, this thing is screaming, take me for a journey. So what do you guys think of these? Kind of torn. They're kind of neat, but man, they're really not that nice looking. It looks like somebody tried selling it on their dealer lot, ended up bringing it back to the auction, only got 70,000 miles on it. Looks to be pretty dang nice. It's got little Chevy bow ties in the reflectors on the side. Basically a big trunk. Probably about the size of the Cybertrucks right there. Probably waterproof as well. Let's check the inside out. So this is the SS. It's got a Bose sound system, leather in it. Pretty nice. Just not really sure how popular these are. Just don't see enough of them. I guess leave me something in the comments. Let me know what you guys think of these. If you guys think they're great or shouldn't have been made. No clue how to open up this bed or this trunk, whatever you want to call it. Maybe someone in the comments can let me know how to do that. I looked inside there and I could not see it. So anyway, still a neat little truck. You just don't see very many of them, but kind of has that Dodge Prowler-esque look to me. Motor sounds really good in it. I just can't imagine this is really easy to sell in the economy that we're in. It's just a 5.3. I was thinking it might have been a 6.0 in there, but I'm sure that gets that little truck down the road pretty quick. Here's a little PSA for you too. If you're looking at buying a Nissan Altima or anything with that CVT transmission from Nissan, don't. There's certain years, maybe they've got it corrected now in these newer ones, but yeah, we've been burned by them. A lot of people I know have been burned by them, so please watch out for those CVT transmissions. There's certain years that you just have to stay away from. One of the biggest reasons to come to these auctions in person is looking around at this Escalade, and they don't mention anything about rust. But if you come over here, you can see it's coming all the way through, and you can guarantee that that's all the way around it. So that would have came home to somebody probably on a red light, and nothing they can do about it. This Highlander is another one of those that we love. This one's got some damaged tail lights, and you need to actually be really careful on some of these Highlanders. Check out the interior here. Wow, didn't make that very well, did they? So there's a few years in these 2014s and 15s. you need to probably stay away from. They've got some bad transmission issues. This one looks like it might be on the older side here. Looks like this one's a 2012 limited. They're not as sought after as those newer ones, that 14 and 15, possibly even 16, but that transmission, those get really expensive. We had to put one in it, roughly $6,000. So keep your eye out on those. It happens around 100,000 to 130,000 miles, it seems like. Pretty consistently, I've seen them in these auctions with those bad transmissions. But I'm just not interested in one with the seats this rough, so that's something that's a hard pass for me. Looks like we've got a little Porsche over here. I don't know a whole lot about these. Had a old one when I was a kid we would play around with. But it looks like this has been well taken care of. It's only got about 90,000 miles on it. Convertible going into winter. Probably not going to bring a whole lot of money. Solid pink truck. Get any better than that? See a few of those in this auction. Must be some business trucks they're turning in. Some more repos over here. Definitely come up with a lot of those. Little Chevy Sonic all messed up over there too. Here's one that's been brought in here to the auction. Doesn't look like it's going anywhere anytime soon. It's had multiple auction stickers on it. Now it's just sitting here, probably unsellable. Little Hemi e-torque there, so every airbag in that thing's gone off. Depending on the mileage, maybe there's an engine that's salvageable, maybe a transmission, but man, you look at condition like that, you wonder if somebody survived, but the thing is rough everywhere. Even a tailgate, so here's a nice clean one. This is a 2022, I believe, Toyota Sienna. This is probably a rental return and in really good condition. It's got 43,000 miles on it, 2022. Actually, you do have some dings over here in the door. Some scrapes. I didn't see those on the condition report. Oh, we've got it tore up a little bit, but still overall, this would make a great family cruiser. Really cautious when I'm buying any of these vans and SUVs. It seems like the lower trim packages just don't sell. Got a Highlander over here, which is an LE. We're just going to have cloth inside it. They just don't seem to sell the same, and I'm not really sure why. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about the cloth interior or some of these lower trim levels. They're a little cheaper to buy, but people just don't seem to want them. They're really hard to sell when we get them in here. I can generally judge how good a vehicle is by if I see them at the auction. This one looks like it's here, probably condition issues. It's cheaper to auction this off than it is to have Hertz or whichever company is selling these to sell them. But another 2022, about the same mileage, 47,000 miles. These hybrid vans seem to be the way of the future. Everyone's kind of going that direction, it seems like. I am a fan of the hybrid. I've never had the full electric, but I guess that's something I look forward to maybe having one of those in the future. Got a couple of Priuses over here too. Here's somebody's project they gave up on. Sent it to the auction. Maybe they traded it in on something. I don't know if it's a repo or not, but I don't see these four-wheel drive vans that often. At least I'm assuming it's four-wheel drive. Maybe it's not. It just seems a little bit higher. Kind of rusted out. Check the inside of this out. Remove the passenger seat. Driver's seat's rough too. Oh yeah, it's a project in the works there, turning this into a little living space. So it does have that sweet odor of pets as well. Something else I'm seeing a lot more at the auction, the Bronco. You don't have to be paying those premiums on those anymore. They are available at the auctions for regular prices. Looks like this one's an Outer Banks edition. Pretty clean. Let's see if we can check how many miles are on this. It looks brand new. I just checked that out. 8,000 miles. It's got that brown two-tone interior. Not a huge fan with that green. There's the miles on it. Still feels like a new vehicle. Smells new inside. That soft top on it. What do you guys think? Are these going to still be sought after in the future? Are these kind of going to go just like a Jeep, kind of be standard? People still love them, but not everybody chasing them. What's your opinion on that? Well, I didn't end up buying anything at the auction today. If the prices are wrong, the prices are wrong, and the condition of the vehicles were not what we wanted. I just can't spend that much time reconditioning a lot of these, and the repos, they're just as bad as ever. Didn't get anything, so that's okay. It's just a time up here to take some video and check things out, but I'd rather do that than get stuck with something that's poor quality or that's going to be a nightmare in the future. So thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. We appreciate all of your comments. Give us a thumbs up. You guys are awesome. Thanks.